Good evening and many thanks for joining us. You're watching QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue. And here are the main news headlines. Gambian President Adama Barrow, together with some cabinet ministers, welcomed Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo on a day-long official visit to the Gambia on Friday. Gina Mariam Bass Bite has signed an endorsement deal with QCell to be brand ambassador for the company as he prepares for the Olympic Games in Paris. Now, following the first national dialogue in February, the Office of the Executive Coordinator is holding a regional consultative dialogue for Kanifing Municipality. And the Kanifing Municipality on Friday launched its local organizing committee in preparation to host the 14th edition of the National Youth Conference and the Festival NACOF 2024. In international news, we take a look at President Bassirou Diomaye Faye's strides and challenges in office 100 days since he was elected president of Senegal in March 2024. Well, stay tuned for more on these and other stories. And now here's the news in detail. Gambian President Adama Barrow, together with some cabinet ministers, welcomed Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo on a day-long official visit to the Gambia on Friday, where the two leaders discussed bilateral relations and regional security. President Addo, who is also the current chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, received a red carpet welcome at the Banjul International Airport. But more of that we will bring you more of that rather in our tomorrow's news bulletin. Now, following the first national dialogue in February, the Office of the Executive Coordinator is holding a regional consultative dialogue for Kanifing Municipality. The theme, our collective responsibility of preserving the nation, safeguarding the nation and securing our resources, aims to build consensus on fundamental national issues of concern to all Gambians. Later, Eugenio has more.
The regional consultative dialogue gathered local authorities, security agencies, religious leaders, politicians, civil society organizations, and persons with disabilities to strengthen peace, bridge political differences, and promote peaceful coexistence. This initiative aims to enhance reconciliation, improve social relationships, and foster inclusion in nation building. Bakari Singata, the executive coordinator of Kanifing Municipality, highlighted his office's role as a mediator between the government and the people of KM, and John Charles Njai, chairperson of Tango, urged attendees to set aside differences and focus on shared goals.
Office B dafa ñëw ci digante nguur gi central government.
This office serves as a bridge between the government, central authorities, and the citizens of KM, ensuring we stay connected. If you are distant from those you lead, you won't understand their problems. It is essential for the government to stay close to the people. We may have different beliefs, belong to different political parties, or come from different ethnic backgrounds. But our common identity as Gambians unites us. As members of the KMC, sitting together and discussing our issues will help move our country and community forward.
Mohamed Esba, president of the Gambia Press Union, addressed 6 thematic areas: land acquisition, illegal migration, ethnic conflicts, community policing, adopting a new constitution, media, and safeguarding democracy. I capture him emphasizing the importance of electoral reforms and tackling corruption.
The discussion that surfaces in the political environment is what they call electoral reforms. They say the election is working as it should, but it still has gaps. Electoral reforms involve changing the existing law, the electoral decree of 1996, to ensure that the election process is inclusive and participatory for everyone. Additionally, there is a focus on combating corruption. Corruption is prevalent, with individuals taking what belongs to the country. To address this, it has been suggested that the government introduce laws to ensure the country is free from corruption.
Aji Sabtu J, elected councillor of London Corner, and Samba Jata, regional first vice chairman of APRC, shared their perspectives on the issues discussed. We must set aside political differences and focus on developing Gambia, recognizing that Gambia belongs to all Gambians. There should be a change in attitude. If they say government, I am government, we are government.
This is about the Gambia.
This is about Gambia's future. If a new law is introduced, everyone should be aware of its implications to ensure it benefits even our great-grandchildren. Therefore, it's important to bring the draft constitution back to the citizens through sensitization efforts, allowing us all to express our opinions, accept what is beneficial, and discard what is not.
The dialogue has already been held in Banjul, Lamin, Old Yundum, Sukuta, Faraba, Brikama and Gunju, with the aim of fostering a unified national identity. The country anticipates introducing a new constitution this year, with a referendum planned for December 2024, as announced by the President. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Igwanyuba.
Now to the big story of the day, Gina Mariam Bass Bite has signed an endorsement deal with QCell to be brand ambassador for the company as she prepares for the Olympic Games in Paris. Our sports reporter Mamoudou Gajaga was monitoring events and he now reports.
Gina Mariam Bass Bite, Gambia's track sensation, has been signed as a brand ambassador by QCell, the country's most innovative GSM provider. The star athlete had arrived in the country the day before to a great fanfare and a warm welcome. This historic partnership was held in the QCell auditorium at an event attended by several dignitaries and the athlete's husband and longtime manager, Mustafa Bite, who also made a short speech. Mariam Bass Bite thanked QCell for the endorsement.
I don't have much to say, but to thank QCell at large. And they say if your back is strong, make you push harder. So I don't have any fear and I don't have any stress. So I'm really grateful being here today and be decorated among QCell now.
QCell takes pride in its innovation, quality network, and in having the country's broadest coverage. So collaborating with one of Africa's fastest women is an appropriate and significant accomplishment. Here is Ami Cisse, Senior Manager with QCell Marketing.
I think we can all agree that it is only right that the fastest athlete gets to partner with the fastest internet provider in this country. We look forward to this partnership. We're inspired by Gina's journey and the impact she's made in the sporting world. She happens to be very humble, but her achievements are no small feat.
Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group, has been a champion of Gambia and Gambianness, always emphasizing the need to celebrate our own. He describes Gina as a hard-working individual who everyone is proud to be associated with.
We don't just sign people like that. We went through, Gina's track, and we saw that Gina has the values which QCell and the Q Group believes in. Everybody in the country knows that the three principles of the Q Group, when you are join the Q Group, is discipline, hard work, and honesty. And we believe that Gina carries those values as well. So it's not surprising that QCell is signing Gina today for her to represent us globally.
This deal is a continuation of QCell's partnership with elite Gambian sports, particularly football, following its successful sponsorship of the Gambia senior men's football team on their last AFCON adventure. This endorsement deal with Gina Mariam appears to have opened new opportunities in athletics. Bakari Baje, the Minister of Youth and Sports, says the partnership is a fantastic initiative that complements the efforts of government.
Personally, I've been in the media and they will say, oh, government is not doing this. And I said, well, there is nowhere in the world where governments make an athlete rich. It's a misconception that our people have that governments should give money to the athletes. Yes, we do. When they participate, when they compete and they win medals, we reward them for the medals that they win. But what makes an artist rich is the endorsements that they get from the private sector, is the signing for promotional activities that they do with the private sector, and that is what QCell is doing today.
Other speakers, including Beatrice Allen, President of the Gambia National Olympic Committee, Amira Jane, First Vice President of the Gambia Athletic Association, and Commissioner Bojang, who represents the Inspector General of Police, all praised QCell's partnership and congratulated Gina. Gina's next big appointment is at the Paris Olympics, where she will arrive in fine form, high spirits, and with the endorsement of QCell and the best wishes of every Gambian. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
Indeed, we look forward to the Olympics. And that report there by Mamadou Gajaga will lead us to the commercial break, but we will be right back.
Hello, boss. Operation launched.
Go on, Bomber, go on.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
What is it, Bomber?
Hello, boss. I don't understand. Amazing discounts on all the best products.
But it's really easy to understand. During Buddy Days, take advantage of exceptional discounts up to 50% on tile, sanitary, and light. From June 29th to July 13th, you will be splurging. Buddy Mat, welcome home.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. A 3-lane highway means more space for vehicles, smoother traffic flow, and reduced congestion. Each lane has a specific purpose. The leftmost lane for overtaking and faster vehicles, the middle lane for standard driving, and the rightmost lane for slower and turning vehicles.
Welcome back following the commercial break, and if you're just tuning in, be reminded you're watching QTV Nightly News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Now, the Kanifing municipality on Friday launched its local organizing committee in preparation for its hosting of the 14th edition of the National Youth Conference and the Festival NACOF 2024. Julian Jai attended the launch of the biannual event at the Kanifing Municipal Council, and she filed in this report.
The National Youth Conference and Festival, NACOF, is a biannual event which brings together over 2,000 young people from across the country with the sole purpose to share their experiences and discuss issues affecting them and find solutions. NACOF originates from the Youth Week, which dates back to the First Republic. According to the officials, this year's event will be hosted in the Kanifing municipality. With the adoption of the National Youth Policy, the event became biannual and features conferences, sporting and cultural activities, academic competitions, and awards. Elizabeth Quinta Gomez, chairperson of the KMC Local Organizing Committee, gave an overview of preparations for NACOF 2024.
From today to the last day of NACOF, we will be doing fundraising. Also, part of our pre-NACOF activities under the conference, we would have 19/19 campaign outreach. What is 19/19 campaign outreach? We'll be having this sometime in October. This has to do with outreach within the suburbs, outreach within the VUS, campus, or ghetto. We want this to be a NACOF with a difference, not by words, but by action.
The committee is expected to work on the coordination, mobilization, as well as fundraising and identification of athletes in different sporting components. Isatu M. Seka, regional chairperson for KM, highlight the strategies for the attainment of their objectives.
We will increase awareness among young people about the National Development Plan and its goal. This shall be done through educational campaign, workshops, and training programs, and it will start with the pre-NACOF events that we are about to start. As a region, we will ensure that young people have a seat at the table where decisions are being made. We will create platform for youth representation in policy making in KMC, as we have already started by having 90% of the LOC members being young people to lead us in this road to a successful NECOF.
Lamin Kamara, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Admin and Finance at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, while expressing the government's commitment to supporting young people, urged the organizing committee to be committed to ensure the event is well organized.
The discussion and the interaction will enable the government to make well-informed plans that will better the lives of the young people of this country. It is no secret that the young people of this country are hardworking, and as such, there is a need to empower them through education, skills, business, and other important sectors.
As the Lord Mayor of the KMC, here is what Talib Ahmed Bensouda has to say.
KMC's part, I believe, is about 1.4 million. We will certainly bring all hands to bear to ensure that we achieve this budget. The NECOF also is in December. It's not very far off, and therefore it requires everybody to work extremely hard. Big events and big organizations are not easy to pull off. It takes preparation, and it takes focus, and it takes being punctual and being serious.
This biannual event is coordinated by the National Youth Council. A youth convergence of this nature is important as it creates a platform for young people to discuss challenges affecting their development. For QTV News, I am Julde Njai.
Now, the Ma Foundation for Women, in collaboration with the Ministry of Gender and Partners, organized the first National Women's Leadership Conference in Basse in the Upper River region. Our reporter Alaji A. Jallo was there and he now reports.
The two-day National Women's Leadership Conference brought together women from different walks of life across the country. The program aims to engage experts and stakeholders in discussions on critical issues surrounding adolescent girls and women's empowerment. At the opening ceremony, the CEO of Ma Foundation, Fatmata Jawara Dukure, highlighted the importance of the convergence.
We all know that globally, we have been yearning for sustainable economic empowerment, and it's very clear that this is not achievable because we have always been striking or starting at the wrong point by not considering women. So it's high time that we consider women to be on the forefront, to move with women, because we are the larger percentage of the world and we can make things happen together collectively.
Maimuna Sise Dabo, a nominated National Assembly member, and Fatumata Njai, alias Tumanjai, the NAMS for Banjul South, both call on women to rise to the challenge and empower themselves.
I can see the politicians, I can see the farmers, I can see the vendors. It's non-political, and which is the good side of it. When the politicians met, they only discuss about politics. But when you want to involve the women in it, you cannot have any better politician in this country without the backing of the women. But when will the women have the mind change back towards themselves? We are few in National Assembly, and you have a few leadership in this country. But how can we motivate the youngsters to join us in the field? It's just a symposium, such a seminars that will motivate them. When they know what they are about to venture, they will like it.
What we need to do is to take ownership, take responsibility, take what is rightfully ours. We shouldn't wait and wait for people to give us what is ours. So for me, I believe that we should go and grab what we deserve to take. I wouldn't be surprised if I see the next female president in this country, because women are up there and they are up to that level now. We have seen young women being so dynamic, going for what they want.
Nafisa Bint Safik, the UNICEF country rep, and Ijetu Jallo, the councillor for Basse Ward, respectively, hailed the conference as a success.
I am very, very thrilled to see a house full of women. And it is, the participation is just overwhelming, because I see even women, they can't fit in the room, but they're still interested to be part of this discussion. So this is excellent, and very, very humbled to see so many women came. And they have other chores to do, but they still came to participate. to make sure that their voices are being heard. So it's really a humbling experience to see so many women here.
I'm very happy today because this is the first time happening in my region, and that is URR. Women are now ready to be leaders.
This conference highlighted the status and the challenges women face in society, and the lessons learned from it will also facilitate knowledge sharing and networking by sharing experiences to develop strategies aimed at advancing the issues of affecting adolescent girls, women, and marginalized groups, and how to address them. For QTV News, I am Alaji A.F. Jallo.
And time now for some international news. Now, it is 100 days since President Bassirou Diomaye Faye was elected president of Senegal in a historic victory in March 2024, succeeding Macky Sall. Aliou Cissé takes a look at his strides and challenges in office.
Sénégalaises, Sénégalais, mes chers compatriotes.
Elected in March 2024, Bassirou Diomaye Faye's first 100 days as president of Senegal have been marked by significant actions and initiatives, but these have not been without challenges. Faye campaigned on a platform of fighting corruption, economic reform, and enhancing national sovereignty. Upon taking office on April 2, 2024, Faye's initial actions included appointing Ousmane Sonko as Prime Minister and ordering an audit of the mining, oil, and gas sectors to ensure transparency and fair dealings. The audit intends to unearth inefficiencies, mismanagement, and potential avenues for improvement. Last month, officials of Australian-founded Woodside Energy Company presented President Faye the sample of the first crude extracted from the Sangomar oil field, integrating it into the group of oil-producing nations. There are hopes among Senegalese that the oil and gas industry will bring billions of dollars in revenue to the country and contribute to transforming its economy. His administration has also emphasized economic reforms aimed at benefiting the local population, particularly by directing natural resource avenues to improve economic opportunities. The 44-year-old president has made strides in foreign policy with visits to neighboring countries like the Gambia, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, and Mali to strengthen regional ties and promote cooperation. During his visit to the Gambia, they reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening bilateral relations, focusing on cooperation in areas such as security, defense, and trade, among others. He was recently appointed as an ECOWAS facilitator to lead discussion with coup-affected countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, to reconsider their break from the ECOWAS bloc. In addressing the problem of soaring prices of food commodities, in June, Faye's administration swiftly and decisively implemented measures aimed at stabilizing prices. Beyond economic reforms, President Faye has embarked on ambitious reforms within Senegal's judicial framework. His administration convened a forum to seek recommendations for judicial reform aimed at strengthening the rule of law. Amid the strides by President Faye's government, he has encountered challenges and delays in legislative processes and project implementations, which includes the delayed presentation of a whistleblower protection bill originally slated for May 15th. Similarly, the establishment of a commission to address grievances stemming from the recent protests remain pending. His administration is also criticized for the lack of transparency in the appointment of senior administrative positions. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
Now also in international news, at least 89 people have died after a migrant boat capsized off the coast of Mauritania. As Jennifer Sonko reports, the boat left the Gambia-Senegal border over a week ago.
The boat was bound for Europe and, according to survivors, had at least 170 migrants on board. A further 70 people are said to be still missing, and 9 people, including a 5-year-old girl, were rescued. The boat capsized off the coast in the Atlantic Ocean, about 4 kilometers from the country's southwest city of Diago, the state-run news organization said. More than 5,000 migrants died while trying to reach Spain by sea in the first 5 months of this year, or the equivalent of 33 deaths per day, according to Camidano Frontras, a Spanish charity. Arrivals to the islands also scored 5 times to over 16,500 from a year prior, according to Spanish Interior Ministry data. The routes crisscrossing the Sahara Desert northwards from West and East Africa are thought to be twice as deadly as the Central Mediterranean route, where more than 800 people are thought to have drowned this year, the United Nations reports. According to a 2024 report by the International Organization for Migration, the crossing on the Atlantic Ocean is considered incredibly dangerous due to the length of the journey to Europe, with migrants often stuck at sea for long periods on inadequate boats in areas of the Atlantic Ocean lacking dedicated rescue operations. Earlier this year, the European Union promised Mauritania, a former French colony, financial support of 210 million euros to tackle migration and provide humanitarian aid for migrants. The agreement came amid a steep increase in the number of migrants setting off from the country towards Spain's Canary Islands, located about 100 kilometers off the northwest coast of Africa. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Pasonko.
Well, our prayers and thoughts are with the victims and their families. And I'm afraid that's all about it for this bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, here's a recap from main headlines. Gambian President Adama Barrow, together with some cabinet ministers, welcomed Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo on a day-long official visit to the Gambia on Friday. Gina Mariam Bass Bitte has signed an endorsement deal with QCell to be a brand ambassador for the company as he prepares for the Olympic Games in Paris. Following the first national dialogue in February, the Office of the Executive Coordinator is holding a regional consultative dialogue for Kanifing Municipality. The Kanifing Municipality on Friday launched its local organizing committee in preparation to host the 14th edition of the National Youth Conference and Festival NACOF 2024. In international news, we looked at President Bassirou Diomaye Faye's strides and challenges in office 100 days since he was elected President of Senegal in March 2024. That's it for tonight. To join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Until then, on behalf of the entire production team, thanks for watching.